Hey, good evening, good afternoon, welcome back. I hope everybody is doing well. Here we are today for the third leg of the tour from Atlanta to Miami. We're gonna fly Southwest 895 to Miami. Hey, Air9, good evening. Hope you had a good weekend. Sunday evening, time to head on to a new week tomorrow. But for the moment, just gonna enjoy a couple of hours of flight simulation. So yeah, 737 Southwest flight 895 from Atlanta to Miami today. So that should be a good one. Right, so I'm all set up here, I believe. And yeah, we'll just jump in the flight deck. Actually, I was waiting. There was somebody else connected as 895. So it just disconnected, so I managed to connect onto VATSIM with the actual call sign, which is cool. Cool. For today, actually, it's not too bad. Worked out a flight plan from runway 27 right in Atlanta to runway 09 in Miami. At the moment, we've got Jacksonville and Miami Center, and I believe Miami approach as well, which is cool. And should take us about an hour and 27 minutes. And our alternate today is Fort Lauderdale, 5% contingency, which is actually quite small quantity of fuel. It's about 196 kilos. Overall, 6.6 tons is the fuel we have on board. So, without further ado, I'll jump in. Let me re-enable the sound as well for the pilot. And yeah, all good to go. So yeah, once again, I hope you had a good weekend and enjoyed the simulator. And there was a few questions on the Discord server, which was quite good. You know, the more you ask questions, the more we can exchange IDs and learn together. So that's quite cool. All right, so 737. Let's see if I can remember how to fly this bird, because it's been a while, both in the sim and even longer for real. So. But I like to fly the 737 from time to time. Above all, because here I kind of elected not to pick up FS2 crew and do everything myself, so it's quite cool, actually, to do it single pilot and try to remember all the flows and stuff. Right, so we'll put this one, I think, to nav. Actually, I had a doubt the other day if it was first on the line and then onto nav, but from what I vaguely remember, maybe directly onto nav, I'm not sure. Anyway, today we'll do it like that. We'll check the flight recorder, check the Mach X speed warning, the stall warning up here. That works. Still on the overhead. We'll give some power to the crew so that they can start brewing some coffee and warming up some sandwiches and stuff. Not really sure what Southwest service is like, but I guess it's a bit like Ryanair, I don't know. We'll arm the emergency lights. The no smoking sign we can put on already. Check the attend button, that works. And then if I remember, check this bad boy there, the takeoff config warning. And test the oops. The wheel well fire warning there, working, and then test the cargo. Okay. We should have some pins down here, the landing gear pins, and yeah, check all the documentation, everything's okay. Looping, hey! Tour du travail pour ta part, il y a beaucoup de live, il n'y a pas beaucoup de live ces derniers temps, Looping. Yeah, it's busy, so I try to come like as much as I can, but at the moment, yeah, I'm aware it's not it's not too much, but you know, I do what I can. It's very busy at work and stuff, and there's a few other things, and I've decided also to kind of enjoy myself. I don't want to put too much pressure as well to come here and you know, this is not like a very successful channel and everything, so I just want to take it easy, enjoy it, and not like, you know, put too much pressure on myself. So yeah, but I do what I do, and I'm trying my best. So there you go. I hope my best is good enough. But anyway, yeah, I'm enjoying it. You know, guys. I've said it many times before that I do enjoy the, you know, the simulation here. So and now we're on to this tour. As I said, I'm not sure if I will manage to do every week, do like a US flight around, you know. But I'll try. It's a bit of an ambitious project, but I'll try to stick to it if I can. Yeah, Bernine, you are too kind. Thank you very much. You are way too kind. Thank you. It's always nice, you know, to come on and have a little chat and, you know, spend a little bit of time, enjoy the simulation, discover new places on, you know, in the sim that even, you know, myself, I've not been to some of the places I fly to here in the simulator, so it's always good, and we can, you know, discover new places together, even though it's virtual, but, yeah. Right, so, what could I do now? Yeah, let's go into the FMC then. So, we've got the 737-800 with the shocklets, I think, today. It's got these, no, just the winglets, it's not, hold on. Oh yeah, no, shocklets, so it's not like just the winglets, it's got like the little bit sticking towards the bottom, so yeah, shocklets maybe, or whatever, shocklets, winglets, or whatever they call them. It's not just the winglets that go up the way, you've got also the split winglet. Okay. So you've got like two parts to it, huh? You've got like the part that goes up and one part that goes slightly down, so that's quite cool. It's a beautiful livery. I like the livery as well. That's quite nice. So yeah, and we are today in the 737-800. It's still an 800, but with the split winglets there, 26K. The rack is in date, of course, from the 12th of August to the 9th of September. We've got this operation program thing there, which I can't remember on the aircraft what they used to be there. It's such a long time ago. But yeah, I'm sure there would have been some sort of a code which kind of shows you the navigation database that is installed on the aircraft and the performance information as well that is part of the FMC, so that the aircraft can calculate all the information. So we are in KATL in Atlanta, and yeah, we'll fly the Atlanta Falcons to the Miami Dolphins. I saw the result. Already the game has taken place. I think it took place yesterday. So KATL is good. Let's do the flight plan request, I guess. And on this, can we do KATL? No, it doesn't do it. So I'm gonna have to do it again. Return. I have to scroll through all the routes, and it's route number 3. Here we are. And select this. Cool. I could type in the route as well, actually, because it's not that long a route. And at the time in the aircraft, we used to type in all the routes manually. There was no data link. I'm not sure nowadays if they've got the data link or not, but at the time we certainly didn't have it. Hey, Maple Aviation, how you doing? Bonjour, ça va? So, Atlanta to Miami, the call sign or the flight number is Southwest 895. And yeah, we should have ATC today, which is cool. And we'll load this. The route uplink loading. The kind of way to load the route there with the simulated data link is a little bit different. So then the 777, for example. So kind of, it's a different presentation. It does the same work, of course, but different stuff. So we've got Atlanta to Miami, Southwest 895. And the route is here to Lock to Honid, Quebec 81 to NGXu, and then direct to Julie. And there's a departure, which is quite long, and there's also an arrival transition. So, yeah, we continued the tour in the US, the NFL tour. So today is Atlanta to Miami. So, well, a short leg actually. It's not too long, but that's cool. So we'll activate the route and execute it. Then in the perf init, I'll load the reserve, which on this is much smaller than on a 777. Today is only 2.3 actually. So like always, the reserve is the fuel to go to the alternate from go around at destination, and then the last 30 minutes worth of fuel, just in case you cannot make it to the alternate straight away. Cost index is 35. We're gonna go up to 35,000 feet as well. The cruise wind. So here for the cruise wind, what we used to enter, I mean, the procedures on the 737 I use now is what I remember from the days I used to fly the aircraft. So things may have changed, but what we used to put here in the cruise wind is basically the top of climb wind, which I suggest you may try to find in your flight planning software. I don't want to like lean towards one or the other, whatever, but I know, like, for example, in let me find out, in NPFPX that I use here in the flight plan, I always have the top of climb wind here, regardless of the aircraft type I fly. And with this information, then I can put it into the FMC here. So that's quite cool. So today it's 350 at 14. Oh, a lot of wind actually. So I'll set 350 at 14, like this. And then the top of climb temperature I've got here as well, and it's -42. So the FMC here gives you the kind of standard temperature at 35,000 feet according to the standard temperature deviations, but today it's a little bit warmer. It's summertime. It's also kind of Atlanta. I wouldn't say it's in the tropics, but it's kind of at the boundary between the two areas, between the tropical area and the more kind of temperate area. So yeah, so the way to enter that, we'll do /-42, I believe. It should work. No. So maybe without the slash then. -42. Yeah, deep easy. Transition altitude is 18,000 in the US, that's correct. N1 and all that stuff, we leave it as it is. Thrust reduction 1500, and we'll make this one 3000 actually.
Hartsfield traffic, good afternoon, Delta 572, type NZ80,
cool.
ramp 2 Sierra.
Right, so I believe at the moment,
Juliet, Lima Juliet,
from Atlanta. Yeah, wind 28010, gusting 18, so 10 statute miles. Departures runway 26 left, 27 right. Okay. So yeah, it's gonna be 27 right. I'm closer to 27 right, I think. Where is it on the chart? On the chart. Yeah, 27 right is closer to where I am currently. Gonna try to change the view. I like that view actually. Where is it? View, change view. The top-down view. Then you can zoom out. So yeah, I'm sitting here, and that's 09 left here, and 27 right down here. So that should be the shortest taxi, just to come out of the apron here, and then taxi down instead of going to the northerly runways here. So that's what I will do. That's a cool view, isn't it? Back to chase plane. Cool. Excellent. So now that I've decided on the runway, we'll go to departure arrival, Atlanta departures, runway 27 right, and the departure from the flight plan, of course, is the Bannock 2. Okay. Or Bang 2, and the lock transition. Yeah, that's the first waypoint. So execute that. Right, now I'll double check the waypoints as well, just to make sure. Like always, it's very important, because sometimes the database is missing some information, or it could even be wrong. So you need to double check, make sure that you're flying the correct thing. Above all, if you're flying online, because it kind of, it's not a good idea to fly the wrong departure. When you're flying online, the controller will be annoyed a little bit. So yeah. I'm not obviously talking about real life consequences, but even like if you fly on VATSIM, for example, and you're flying the wrong departure, then it's not great, It's like, oh no, sorry. Anyway, let me find the chart there. Work out what I'm supposed to do. Oh, and the view, I need to rotate the chart as well. Here we are. Beautiful, got it. Cool, so the Bang 2 departure there from runway 27 right, so it's gonna be up here. Yeah, 27 right. So we go straight ahead to slow. It's the first waypoint after the initial 400 feet waypoint there, which is like conditional. Anyway, that's not important. So we go to slow, then to rigs, then to rivet. Rivet is here at 250 knots. So you'll notice that here on the 737, you can have like a speed on its own in the FMC. There's no need, or there's no, there's no need, for example, to put like an altitude. Like on the 777, the 777 doesn't like to take in the FMC just the speed. It needs a speed and an altitude, but the 737, actually the FMC is a little bit better, because as you can see here, I can just take the speed, so that's quite cool. So rivet is 250, and then we go to a bang down here. That's what we have. And last is lock, so the lock transition. Beautiful, everything is in. That's all correct. That's good. Route data, I'll try to do the request. I'm not sure if the request actually works. Can't remember.
Lining up and departing runway 27 right, flying the plumber 2 departure, climbing 1 about.
Nah, it doesn't work. Leonel, bon dia. How are you doing? All good? How's your weekend been so far? So I cannot take the winds for some reason. What we used to be able to do is from the legs page go to route data and then enter the winds, but yeah, I don't know. Since I don't use this aircraft very often, I don't know. I'll have to work it out one of those days. I think every time I fly the aircraft, I get stuck on this. So anyway, I'll move on to the next thing. Go to the descent forecast. Today is a little 777 indeed. I like that. That's a good comparison. The descent forecast wind is doing something. The request is in. Anyway. No, maybe. No. Yes. Forecast winds. I definitely have...
Atlanta traffic, Delta 2677 on final runway 26
how do you
right,
call that?
Atlanta traffic.
I've got active sky loaded up, so... yeah, I've got the 787, quality wing 787 indeed, yeah. I've not flown it for a while actually. I'll have to maybe dig it out a little bit from the hangar. Let's see. No, this one is, I don't know. The legs page is a bit of a big question mark. Anyway, that's all in, so what I can do is check the distance I've got here now in the FMC 557, and on the flight plan it tells me 590, so it's a little bit more on the flight plan because the arrival for the moment is not programmed in the FMC, and the arrival is a little bit like, you know, it's not a straight line, so it adds a little bit more miles, so that's correct. So that's good. The fuel quantity on arrival is actually looking... no, sorry, disregard, I'm talking rubbish there. So that's fine. We can leave it at that, I guess. Cool. Now we'll work from the FS, the MCP panel, and then we'll kind of work our way around, I guess. I'll need to close some of those doors there to get rid of the catering at the back. Yeah, as soon as you close the doors, then go away, and then we'll make some noise and do the boarding. Not gonna board 200 passengers, we'll board maybe 40 of them, just to have some noise in the background. Pretend. Cool. Alright, so on the FS panel here, it's already kind of preset because I kind of save the panels in a default state, which will be the state that you will find the aircraft, you know, when boarding the aircraft. So there wouldn't be like a need to every time when you take over an aircraft, there's usually not a need to reset everything, you know. People like colleagues leave the flight deck in a kind of default state. Obviously, you've got to adapt the setup to what's good for the day, but you see what I mean. It's not as if you've got to adapt everything. So for the QNH, we'll change to inches of mercury and use the B function and 2996. And I'll quickly double check what I have here. Meta KATL 2996 is the cool, is the correct altimeter setting, so that's good. 2996 is set. We'll switch on the flight director. The auto throttle arm switch comes on later on. The runway heading is gonna be something like 260 or 270. I'll double check on the EFB. 274. So yeah, you want to set the runway heading there. And initially, since there's no ATC at this time in Atlanta, I'll go all the way up to 350. And today, since there's no FS to crew, I've got to do the first officer side as well. The auto brake we can switch on now. What else? Maybe have a look at the radios. The radios, we've got Unicom already preset. We've got Squawk 2000. The rest we don't really need to tune any of the nav radios there actually. So that's good. Excellent. Like always, don't hesitate to ask any questions, anything, you know, I'm doing which you think, oh, what is he up to there, you know. Just then on the overhead panel, we'll do like always column by column. You know the trick. You kind of to help with the sequence. You kind of run the overhead flow from side to side, so column to column. So in this column, these ones we are already guarded and everything, so we don't really touch. But the U-damper comes on, the navigation and display panel. Normally it's in a kind of default position, so unless somebody touch something, but otherwise they should be on normal and auto here. So that's what they are on. We can switch the fuel pumps on down here, and we can test the cross-feed valve, see if it works. So now the valve is open and with the blue light dim, and then when you close the valve again, the light becomes bright and then extinguishes. So that means the valve is working. We've already switched the IFE and the galley power on for the crew, so they get power on the cabin. and I'll start the APU now actually, so that we can get rid of the ground power. We'll put the seatbelt sign on. The window heat can come on as well now at this stage, but the probe heat will come on after the start. We'll switch on the hydraulics, and then the trim air here will come on. Since we're gonna have the APU running, then we'll switch on the packs and then the APU bleed as well. Then in the pressurization panel we set 350 for the cruise, and the landing altitude in Miami, which probably is sea level, I would imagine, yeah, 9 feet, so we can leave it at 0 there for the land altitude. Very important, I have stressed that many times before. The pressurization mode selector there will leave to auto, of course, so that the system runs the pressurization automatically. And I think that's pretty much it for the moment. Let's see, for this bad boy, we'll run the performance here. I'm not sure why there's a fault there in the memo. I need to look at this a little bit closer, but anyway, we'll try to see if PMDG gives us something decent today. So we are in KATL. I don't have the performance information like I do on the 737 anymore, so 27 right, so I'll just trust whatever this gives me. Wind 280, we'll call it at 280 at 10.
Atlanta traffic, American 1898.
Temperature is
right,
30. And QNH we said 2996, wasn't it? 2996, yeah. Cool. Thrust rating. Why is the pressure too high? Okay. 29.96, maybe it's gonna recognize the inches. Yeah, that's the one. Good. Thrust rating, we'll try takeoff 2. Flaps 5. Air conditioning is on actually, and the anti-ice is off. Takeoff weight is gonna be 68.4. So let's see if it gives us a solution with takeoff 2, which is 22k. 68.4, I will calculate that. Okay, so takeoff 2 is not good enough. So what I'll do now is go to takeoff 1 and calculate again. No? Really? Oh wow. I know that Atlanta is about 1200 feet high, I think. 30 degrees, but I wouldn't think it was so penalizing. Hey Ralba, how are you doing? Martinez, thank you very much for the decimal. That's what I was missing indeed. Oh, back from the walk around, everything's good. Perfect, thank you. It's a nice day and a nice afternoon in Atlanta, 30 degrees. Ha! Oh, there I'm a little bit puzzled. It's telling me I can't do it. Really? Optimum flaps? Ah, it's expecting weights in pound. I've got the options. The weights are in kilos. Right. Oh man, this is like a pain in the backside actually. Because I don't have a Scooby-Doo about pounds.
Departure to the south, Atlanta.
So 68,400 kilos, kgs, and lbs. It's 150.8. Let's try something else. again.
Under traffic on American 1120.
So maybe
Approach ILS.
flap 1, no, I don't want to do a flap 1 takeoff. No, so we'll go to takeoff 1. We'll get there. You see a little bit what's involved. It's a little bit complicated. So, oh baby Boeing, how are you doing, sir? Welcome back. Yeah, because I mean I've got the weight, unless there's also a setting for the EFB, but I've got the weights in kgs, because at least for the fuel, because the fuel here is in kgs, and I've changed the option in PMDG, so I'm not really sure why the EFB is giving me the pounds there. Oh, you're getting your SCP renewed. That's good. That's a good thing. I like flying light aircraft. It's good fun. That's real flying, you know. That's real flying.
Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet your captain.
Hey,
Captain
Martinez. Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, welcome
Thank you
aboard.
for the follow.
Captain, your navigator, Mr. Unger, and your first officer, Mr. Dunn. Unger, over. Over. Done.
Oh yeah, definitely. When you're on a light aircraft, coming from like an airliner, it's a bit of it's a bit of a shock, because on the light aircraft you flare very close to the ground, as obviously on the airliner you've got, even on the 737 you still flare around maybe 20 feet or something like that, you know, or 25 feet or whatever that is, and you've got the countdown, you know, with the IGPWS 50, 40, 30 and everything. Whereas when you're on the small aircraft, your perspective is different also, because you're when you're on the ground, you're very low, you know, compared to when you're sitting on the 737, for example, where you're already maybe 3 meters, maybe, or 2.5 meters over the ground or something. You know, the flight deck is obviously way above the ground, so the perspective is totally different, and you've got to be careful, because you would stall like a light aircraft. Flaring like too early, so on the light aircraft I guess you flare at what, 5 feet or something like that. I mean, you bring it in gently and like slightly round it up, and then it touches down, so it's very very low. Right. There's no more noise in the background, so I guess, yeah, they closed the cargo doors as well, so we'll be good to go. The APU is running, so we'll put the APU on the bus, and here I need to disconnect. First of all, close the door, and then go to the connections, ground services, release everything here. Good. Excellent. So let's do the zero fuel weight and the performance for the takeoff. So zero fuel weight should be saved here, 62 tons. That gives us a gross weight in kgs, or in tons, 68.7 with the fuel there, so that's good. We said 24k, and
Atlanta traffic, Delta 2188, departing runway 26 left,
yeah,
and departure
takeoff
to
one
the south.
is 24k and 31 degrees. So we'll say 31 degrees. Very little on the assume actually. And then for the takeoff, flaps 5. I think, yeah, you were saying why not baby Boeing flap 1. We used to do only flap 5 takeoff. Flap 1 was very rare. We were doing it like maybe once in the blue moon, and I think the reason was to try to avoid tail strikes, above all on the 800, because of the length of the aircraft and you know, the margin, the tail clearance on rotation. I think with flaps 1 is very small, so if you rotate a tiny bit too fast, then you might hit the tail at the back. So they didn't want us to do too many flap 1 takeoff. And I think it was like captains only takeoff as well with flaps 1. So 139, 143, and 149. So it was just suggested speeds by the FMC were pretty much the same. It was just the V1 there that was different. Cool. So V2 is 149. And we'll arm LNAV and VNAV if it works. Yeah, it works. Cool. You game Mindbox? That's a good question. The anti-ice would come on if it's less than 10 degrees outside, and it's either like raining or, of course, like snowing, or so there's like precipitation, like moisture. And also if, like, for example, the taxiways and the runways are reported wet, then you will switch on the engine anti-ice on the ground. Pretty much straight after, like, engine start. Today, since it's like 30 degrees, then there's not going to be a need for it. If it was cold and raining, for example, in the simulator, I will definitely switch on, play the game, you know, GG. So... Right. What do I need to do? Everything is good there. Let's prepare for the push then. I'm not gonna run the checklist so much today, because I think everything is pretty much set up now, so just double checking quickly. Yeah, anyway, if I forget something, then sorry. Right, so push. We'll prepare for the pusher. And the push, we used to switch these off, which might not be the case anymore, but as I said, I'll do what I know. And parking brake is set, and we'll switch on the transponder already. Cool. Hey, Roger Digger, good evening. Welcome back. How's your weekend been so far? Prepare for push.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
This one we'll put on 2 legs. Right, so let me double check. I've not left anything connected. No, everything looks okay. Atlanta traffic, southwest 895, pushing back from Charlie 3 and departing from 27 right. Buddy next door? No. Cool. So nose is gonna go to the left.
Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet your captain. Captain, over.
Biram, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you very much.
Captain, your navigator, Mr. Unger, and your first officer, Mr. Dunn.
Hope to see you from time to time.
Over. Done.
Well, we're not pushing, my friend. It's in progress. Yeah, I've had a good weekend. I've been back for just like about just over a day now. I was on the long trip pretty much all week, so I came back yesterday early morning, so here I am again. I was, you know, earlier on Looping was saying, oh, you don't stream very often. I mean, I seem to keep having like those long trips, so I'm away like 4 or 5 days at a time. So obviously, when I'm away, I cannot stream because I mean I don't have the PC and everything, of course, with me. I'm not sure what's going on there with the push. What the? Ah, the doors. Ah, donkey. That will help. They should tell me you cannot push because the doors are open. It's weird because, yeah, it's not like the 777. the doors like open inside, whereas on the 777 they open outside, so that's why I couldn't see them from the outside view. No, donkey. No. Alright. That's why it wouldn't push. Should have done the checklist.
Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Right, parking brake released.
Commencing push.
3-8.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, so let's start this bad boy. So we'll start number 1 first. So we'll go on to us start switch to ground, and then check the N2 increasing. Then it should be followed by the oil pressure, and then N1. And when we get to 25% N2, then we'll bring in the fuel here. Here we are. There's nobody around. And the engine is spinning. Lovely. And there's a little puff of smoke as well, which happens as well on the 777 when you do the start and you look with the ground movement camera, the back of the engine. Very often there's a puff of smoke when the engine starts. Right, now we'll start the right engine. So start switch to ground, and same thing, wait for the N2 to increase, note it. Oil pressure increases as well. The N1 comes up, and then when the N2 gets to about 25%,
Set parking brakes.
parking brake is set.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Then the fuel control switch, which is not the fuel control switch on the 737. I forgot the term of this switch here, but or the start switch or whatever, kind of comes to on. It's been a long time. It's been how long? Yeah, about 10 years actually. I've flown the 737. It's like, makes me feel old. I feel really old. That's why I like from time to time to do the 737 on stream here. I know it's not my current aircraft, but just to remember a little bit how it works, because it's a very distant memory now. Right, so we've got 2 good starts. So I'll dismiss GSX, confirm 2 good engine starts, and then we'll go on the overhead panel. So up here the electricals come on, so we'll switch on the generators, then put the generators on the bus. The probe heat, as I said, comes on now. The hydraulic A pumps come back on the pressurization. The backs go back to auto position. The isolation valve to auto, and the APU bleed to off now. We switch on the star switches or whatever they're called here. The APU comes off. Button.
Unlocking gear.
We can check the recall. And everything's good. The 6 packs there kind of extinguished, so there's no issues. We'll go for flaps 5. Blank the lower display here, and these are idle detent. Yeah, I'm not sure. On the 777, sorry, it's the fuel control switch. Yeah, I think maybe the cut-off switch, something like that. It's to do with the fuel, you know, either when the switch is up, you bring the fuel in, and when the switch is down, then you cut off the fuel from the engines. Display. Right, so it should be generators on, probe heat on, anti-ice now required, hydraulic A pumps on, air conditioning is PAX auto, bleed zone, and it's set. Start switch is continuous, APU off, recall was checked. Flaps 5 green light, and yeah, the off switch is there. idle detent. That should be it. Yeah, the isolation valve, that's a good question. It kind of helps isolate, because it's the isolation valve. It helps isolate the two sides of the air conditioning system. So if, for example, there's an engine failure and there's like quite serious damage and stuff in one of the engines, the isolation valve will allow to cut off, you know, the air conditioning coming from the side where the engine has been damaged, so that there's no like bad stuff coming into the air conditioning system. So that's really what it does, is to kind of separate, you know, the two sides of the AC system. I believe anyway. You know that my technical knowledge is. Right, how are we gonna taxi here? Nope. I guess we'll go on the outer onto Mike. Atlanta traffic southwest 895 taxiing to runway 27 right via Mike. Right, so let's get going. I need to remember the lights on this, so we'll switch on taxi and runway turn off. So Mike should be the second one. The first one here is Lima, and then Mike where the Delta is, I think. We'll just cut the corner.
Negative, Captain. This is non-negotiable.
Hey, Alex,
Change
thank you
course
much for the
immediately,
follow.
or I will be forced to blow you out of the sky.
Sounds a wheel. Sounds a wheel right now, Captain.
Traffic, Luchica 5492, F1 taxi into 27 right, Mike.
Yeah, so left turn here onto Mike, clear on the right, clear on the left. I'm not sure where the Delta is going. Is it maybe going to the gate? Hey, Flacco. that's a good name. Joe Flacco. How are you doing, sir? Thank you for the question. Did you ever enter the runway heading to course select before takeoff as procedure, or was it used for each leg during the cruise? Yeah, that's a good question. I could actually, and you mean the courses here, I could have set like the runway heading as well, just as some sort of a reminder, or just to make it like look better. But the courses were really for like on the departure, the initial radials. Above all, at the time when some of the departures were based on actual like VOR radials and things like that. Although obviously you use the FMC for the departure, but just in case there's an FMC failure, you would you know, use the radio navigation as backup, and then in that case you would set like the courses. So I don't know if you follow radial 274 initially, you set like 274, and then if you follow radial 180 from another VOR, then you will set the radio here. But since nowadays, I believe, you know, all the departures are RNAV. I don't think they use the course anymore. We'll use the course later on for the ILS, because the ILS, you need to have the courses set for the ILS.
And man, partial traffic, Delta 1223 is going to be lining up to 7 right, partial
right,
west.
so your flaps 5. And the stab trim. Oh yeah, I always forget the stab trim here. There should be 5 units, so we'll roll the wheel. Something like that. Cool. Oh, no, he's lining up. Oh, cool. Alright, and I'll prepare the lights, so put everything on. We'll
Hartsville
put
traffic,
the
Delta
strobe
12,
lights,
take it off 27 right, westbound departure.
strobe and steady. The auto throttle arm switch will come on, and transponder here. I think it's good. I think it's all set. Oh, and the weather radar. That would be useful. Hey, the Johnny-in. Good evening. How are you doing? Oh, good. Oh, cool. He's taking off there. Oh, check this out. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Oh, and there's somebody else behind. Taxiing. Oh, nice departure. Oh, I'm glad you're watching the stream before going to bed. Hopefully it will get you, sound asleep. I don't want to get you too excited. Right, so we'll go all the way to the end and then turn right on Lima Charlie, which gives us full length for runway 27 right. We could have actually taken an intersection, but
traffic Delta 12, 23 is out of marker 4,000 feet.
When you do the performance with the EFB here on the side, it should give you an intersection, and you see runway 27 right intersection, the list is cyan, is blank, so it doesn't give you the numbers. So theoretically, to do it the proper way, if you don't have the numbers, for an intersection, you cannot do the intersection takeoff, because basically when you do the intersection takeoff, it's you change the runway characteristics, so it's becoming basically a new runway, That's the theory, at least. But we want to do things, the proper way here. Right. Should be 2 taxiways to the right. I think I'll be able to go to the next right. Right, so I've got all the lights on. I've got the auto throttle arm switch on.
And we hope you enjoy the rest of your flight. By the way, is there anyone on board who knows how to
Hey, the
fly a
army,
plane?
thank you very much. Thank you for the follow. Good to see you from time to time. Atlanta traffic, southwest 895, rolling runway 27 right. Clear. Boom. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. 7 right, that's correct. Start the timing. Let's get going. So we'll set the thrust about 40%, something like that. Hit the toga. And off we go. Woohoo! A rolling takeoff. Yeah, maybe they did 24K, huh? It's a bit of a long takeoff roll.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Traffic restrict 5492, taking off 27 right. Will be
Positive
departure
climb.
west.
Gear up here. To remember the button. Got LNAV, VNAV speed now. Good. We'll wait about until 1,000 feet at that's at the top of the white line, and then we'll engage the autopilot. So command A. Good, it's flying. Success. Let's go. Atlanta traffic, Southwest 895 on the...
Negative, Captain. This is non-negotiable. Change course immediately,
on
or
the
I will be
Bang
forced to
2
blow you
departure,
out of the
climbing
sky.
level 350.
Sounds a wheel.
Hey,
a wheel
Danny, thank you
right
very much
now,
for the
Captain.
follow. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Hope to see you from time to time. Success, indeed. Success. Right, so now we reached 3,000 feet above the airport. And the aircraft now wants to accelerate, so it will lower the nose. The speed is building up. We can go flaps 1. Then once it goes past the flap 1 speed here, then we can go flaps up. Flaps up. Yeah, actually, remove the retracts. Apparently we're saving like 5 kilos of fuel. Flaps up, no lights, so start switches, we don't need it anymore, so they can come off. The landing gear from the up position comes to the middle here to the off position. I think that relieves some of the hydraulic pressure. The auto brake switch here, it needs to be switched off manually. The 777 does it automatically, you know, but this one doesn't. So here we go. We have to do it manually. Flaps up. I think that's it. Strato, how are you doing? The good old 737, huh? Yeah, yeah. I like it. I think that's it. I should have looked at the checklist. Actually, there's a checklist on this. After takeoff, engines bleeds are on. Yeah, the packs, landing gear, and flaps. Yeah, that's something I forgot to check, is the air conditioning. The air conditioning should show you on the dial here. You should have, yeah, about 12, 15, something like that. If you compare this to a clock, the little needle should be about like 12, 1 o'clock position, and then the bigger needle should be about a quarter past, 20 past, so that's correct. And obviously all the switches are still on, which is very important. Right, we're turning. Oh, Miami is off. Oh, what a shame. Hydrate. Yes. Cheers. I've been blethering, it's good. Right, we passed 10,000 feet already, so all the lights will come off. The pressurization is still good. Release the passengers. And we check the repo. Yeah. Cool. It's 10,000 feet done. We had the speed limit, so I guess the initial turn there is complete, so we'll delete the restriction. I think if you press altitude intervention, it should clear the 250 restriction up here. Let's try. No. So we'll just delete it from the FMC here. Confirm, execute. Yeah, I thought it would have deleted it for some reason. Doesn't. Should be on Volanta Bolanta as well. Jacksonville is on. Oh yes, beautiful. It picked it up. Yeah, that usually works nicely. cool. Yes, Rato, I go in touch with customer service, so see they'll improve the croissant and the tart and on the flights. Hopefully it will be a little bit better in the future. I wish. So I assume you're back home now, huh? Exactly, very efficient.
The stewardess said...
Hey, Google me, thank you very much for the follow.
Both pilots.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Ah, oui, oui.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Hope to see you from time to time. Alright, let's have a bit of outside view.
No, it's dropping.
Hey, Umda,
It's
thank you very
dropping
much for
fast.
the follow.
Why is it doing that? Oh my god, the automatic pilot, it's deflating!
Oh, you had a fake exam. Oh, cool. Southwest. Let's put music on. I remove my my face. Hey, oh, that was cool. I like that. We passed 18,000 feet, so we'll reset the altimeters to standard now. This one, I'm not sure. I think it's set automatically. Anyway, the standby here. The good Fox team, huh? Yeah. It gets your blood pumping, huh? Yeah, so today from Atlanta to Miami, I think the game was yesterday, I think, or the day before. I can't remember. It was quite an easy game for Dolphins. Go to Dolphins Airport in Miami. Stretch. Yeah. I feel stretched. Right, so we're just passing bang with a bang, and then inbound now on the transition to Luck. So that was the end of the bang to departure, now to Luck. And yeah, Jacksonville is still on. I'll do a flight to Jacksonville at some point as well, since there's a team in Jacksonville, so I'm not sure when that will be, but we've got probably until yeah, February, so every week there should be a flight in the US. So I'm sure there'll be an opportunity at some point to fly either to or from Jacksonville. So the man's cave, yeah, it's still. I think it will be all right, but yeah, I'm still trying to work it out. So I won't cry victory yet. Because there's like I'm not gonna get into like the details. Not that I want to, not that I have to hide something or whatever, but it's a bit of a long story. So, yeah, I need to see if it's gonna work out in here or not. And you might think, oh, why did you move from the previous location? But that's even a longer story because.
Tower, this is Ghost Rider requesting a flyby.
The other half decided to reshuffle things around, and of course,
no, man, this is not a good idea.
Right, so.
Sorry, Goose, but it's time to buzz the tower.
Hey, ciao! Thank you very much for the follow. Or chaff, is it? Yeah, not ciao. Oh, you saw me on Volanta. Yeah, there was actually that was quite good. There was a few friend requests that I had not managed to accept while I was away, but I just accepted this evening. So if you had to wait for a few days, then that was why. But I just accepted it now. So. Yeah, Volanta. Here is Volanta. You're never exactly on the line. Huh? There's always a little bit of. Oh, it depends also on the perspective though, yeah, because you've got that perspective where you see the purple, the dark purple is kind of off the magenta, and then it's exactly on the magenta in the middle there. But Junction City on the right hand side, Butler here, fantastic. Went down to a lock, and then at the next waypoint, which is Honey. Then that's the boundary with Jacksonville. 35925, so as well set that up already. What was the previous flight? Oh yeah, Seattle, Las Vegas. That one there. That was a fun flight as well. Yeah, Miami was on earlier on. The center and the approach, and they are both gone. It's a shame. I mean, it's a good time for them. I mean, oh, Roger Digger, the offer is still on. Oh man. I feel like it's an amazing offer. It's an amazing offer, and I mean, it makes me feel, you know, very humble, and it's amazing. I had a look at it, but yeah, I've not decided yet. So. But yeah, I have to say it's amazing, so really amazing. Oh, there's a little bit of weather here. I'll look at it, I'll let you know. At the same time, I don't want you to feel like, you know, you have to do it. So I know you offered anyway. That was not like coming from me, but. Yeah, I feel it's a lot, man, and all I have to say is like it's amazing. So. Oh, Charles, you forgot to descend. Are you in my list? Oh yeah. Oh, it says you're cruising over France. Yeah, you don't want to forget to descend. I can't see the current flight. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, cool. Oh, from Mauritius. Oof. That's a long flight. Ah, but you got Paris control and you got Marseille as well. Ah, today I should have flown in France then. I always seem to go where ATC is not there. Yeah, but at least Jacksonville is on. But Jacksonville should be 135925. Oh, preset that 135. Oh, more weather now. Check this out. No, no. Oh no. It's good because we had like a few questions about like the weather radar and stuff on the Discord server, and yeah, again, you know, maybe it will be a little bit of an opportunity to kind of show a little bit how it works. I will wait until we get a little bit closer to the weather and see. It's the time of year, kind of in the southern part of the US. Charles, were you on 777, yeah? No, I don't have the 200ER, no. Just the 200 LR and the 300 ER. Of course, the freighter comes with the 200 LR, and I got the 300 ER expansion, but I didn't get the 200 ER. I think there will be a bit of a gap here, but that's why I was saying on Discord, if you know, like here you've got like pretty much at the moment it looks like you've got a wall of cloud, but there's a little gap in the middle, and even if there's a little bit of green and stuff, I think you can kind of punch through that. Instead of like deviating, you know, 200 miles away, or because you got to think about your fuel as well. So punch through the green will be a little bit bumpy, but it's okay. I'm not gonna destroy the aircraft, basically. I'll give this guy a call. Jacksonville. Yeah, we are 10 miles from his airspace. Jacksonville Center, good afternoon. Southwest 895, climbing level 350.
Southwest 895, Jacksonville Center, good afternoon. Squawk 1070.
Squawk 1070, Southwest 895.
November 13 Golf Alpha to Orlando. Executive is reporting 270 at 5. You can expect the, let's see, you can expect the visual 25.
Also, of course, during the day, I'm going back to the weather thing there. You can look outside
Number 921 Juliet Charlie, leave my airspace to the south.
and see what the weather radar shows you on the display and what actually you see outside. And you can see there slightly to the left this big cloud here. Straight ahead, actually pretty clear there in the gap, and then another like big cloud. So I think in the gap is gonna be okay there.
95 radar contact 19 miles to the northeast of Dawn. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. So I think we can go into the gap here.
Good afternoon, Southwest 786 out of Tampa, 14,436 here.
Southwest 786, is that you?
Yes, sir, 786.
Southwest 786, Jacksonville Center, good afternoon. Squawk.
At least visually it doesn't look too bad.
1027.
Come on, Miami, come back online, please. Please, please. And 1 to go.
50 coming out of Airside 3 at Orlando at Bravo 7 with information Bravo Super Texas. Wings 250,
Yeah, still shows red here.
Via Bravo 7 Charlie, Bravo 1. Bravo 7 Charlie, Bravo 1 for Spirit Wings 250.
It doesn't look too bad though.
Southwest 786 radar contact.
Looking on the outside.
5 miles to the west.
Negative, Captain. This is
Hey, R4 Liak, thank you very much for the follow.
To blow you out of the sky.
Jacksonville Center, United 2287 with you passing at
right now.
13,000, correction 13,000.
American 287 Jacksonville.
You have to pray to the VATSIM gods, yeah.
Send a flight plan, please.
Oh, the gap is materializing now. Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to play the game as well, because the weather radar there is a little bit exaggerated, so. But no, there is definitely a gap. So we'll keep on the flight plan route actually. And now the weather radar, which actually does the same in the aircraft. It kind of has this rotating movement on the display, and it's now changed everything. Yeah, so one big cloud here and one big cloud there, which is what we can see outside. Huh? This big mass of cloud here, a bit of a gap underneath, and another one here. So yeah, we'll put the seatbelt sign on just in case.
West Center procured 3152 at Hilton Head, ready taxi.
If you're asking for clearance into a Delta Airspace, there's no such thing as a VFR clearance into a Delta Airspace. You only need clearance.
That's a good question, Martinez. On long haul, it's quite different because you
100% true. Clearance to land into
you fly a little bit less often, but you go away from home on long trips, and you've got, for example, jet lag to take into account. Flying long haul as well means that very often you fly at night as well. So whereas when I used to fly like short haul, it was mainly like during daytime, you know, from let's say 6 o'clock in the morning to like 11 at night, something like that. So it's different. It's just like a different lifestyle. There's a lot of time as well spent, you know, down route. You know, I was back from like a 5-day trip. So
United 2287, can we step out for like 20 minutes?
You spend a lot of time, you know, in hotels and stuff like that.
You have so many aircraft around you, I may need to move.
Oh, in Dortmund you had a thunderstorm. A while back. Yeah, vicinity thunderstorm. Look at that, 18 degrees.
Brickyard 4152, ready to taxi at Hilton Head.
American 830, runway 21, taxi via Charlie Alpha Cross, runway.
Yeah, from the military, of course, it's a good option to go into commercial, I guess. Depends on your circumstances. If you're single and you want to kind of travel, you know, the world, then maybe long haul is a good option because you'll be, you know, all the way around the place and stuff. But if you got a family, if you want to kind of, you know, stay like settled somewhere, and avoid, you know, being away for too long, and then maybe short haul is better. But then it depends, you know, if for example you're in the US, like the US majors, I don't think they work too much, so maybe they'll have like 3 or 4 trips a month and a lot of time off in between. So yeah. Long haul is supposed to be like, you know, it's supposed to be like the better option out of the two, because they say like normally with long haul you'll have a lot of time off, but since the industry is changing, you know, a lot of long haul companies kind of tend to make the pilots fly, you know, as much as possible, and therefore you wouldn't get all that time off and everything, you know, as I keep telling you that I'm very busy.
Alpha, turn left heading 170, vectors for sequencing for final.
170 heading 13 Golf Alpha.
I'm not sure if about Class D airspace. I would have believed that to get into Class D airspace, you would need a clearance. But maybe the fact to call on the radio and speak to the controller and say, oh, I want to go from A to B, and to go from A to B like transits through Class D airspace, then maybe implicitly that kind of gives you the clearance. Maybe it's not like a formal way to get the clearance, but at least because you are in touch with the controller and you tell him I want to go from here to there, he knows you're gonna transit the airspace. So yeah, okay, maybe it's kind of done that way. Because I know, like, in is he calling me? Did you call Southwest 895?
Negative.
Ah, cool.
Jacksonville Center, hello. JetBlue 316 coming through, flight level 24045.
Yeah, in the UK, I remember when I was flying in the UK, like to transit through Class D airspace was very formal thing to do. You know, you had to call them, like give them the route, give them the routing and everything, and you had like a formal clearance given to you over the radio. But in France, for example, when I flew in France as well on light aircraft, I transit like through Class D airspace on top of like decent sized airports, and you just tell them like I'm going from here to there, and they were just letting you transit right in the middle of Class D airspace. So I don't know, maybe it depends on, you know, on the places, but at least from like a theoretical point of view, Class D airspace, you need a clearance set to get into. So
November 917.
Because they kind of a lot of airports in Europe have Class D airspace, and obviously that's to protect the commercial traffic from all the other little aircraft.
Maintain appropriate VFR altitudes, remain outside of the Orlando Class Bravo airspace, proceed on course.
And in the US, they've got, as he said there on the radio, he's got also the Class B airspace, which from what I understand is the big airspace around well, the airspace around the big airports.
American traffic to runway 21 via Charlie Alpha.
Yeah, so you have to declare the routing to be cleared into the Class D. Yeah.
Brickyard 4159.
Yeah, because Class D is controlled airspace, so you need at least the radio contact and let the controller know what you're doing, and then it's, you know, up to them to decide if you can get into it or not. Martinez, interesting, thanks for the info. Can you see single pilot operations for the cruise coming to long haul soon? Well, I believe they're already starting all the trials. And it was publicized recently. You know, they were doing all those trials.
Roger, you
for the bin counter, it's an amazing opportunity. You know? I don't know if it's gonna be for tomorrow, but I guess at some point in the future it will come. You know? Probably the bin counter will win
American 813, are you on frequency?
the argument.
Spirit Wings 250, altitude pass.
So you'll go on to like a 14-hour flight. The two guys will do the takeoff, climb, get to the cruise. One of the guys will go for rest, so the remaining pilot will find, you know, himself at the controls on his own, manage the whole thing for like 6.5 hours or something, and then they'll swap around, and then meet again for the descent and the landing.
Airport will be at your 11 o'clock in 16 miles report
So it'll probably come at some point.
American 830, make sure you're squawking the correct squawk code, which is the one.
The later, the better.
American 212, are you on frequency?
It's just a shame because at the end of the day, it's
Roger.
It just helps the, you know, as I call them, the bin counters, you know, to save a little bit of money here and there. Instead of having 4 pilots on the long flight, then you find yourself with 2
Piglet is no longer available. I'll get you the current arrival in just 1 second here.
United 37 Romeo inbound.
No, for short haul probably not, because I think for like short haul, because you have like obviously the cruise phase is relatively small, so you don't have like too much time to go for rest and stuff. And the duties are different in the way, you know, like they create like fatigue. So, yeah, no, for shorter flights, no. The single pilot on a 777 or P3D or whatever, I don't think that will come. That might come one day actually, but that will come maybe later. But I think the first step, like on long haul, for example, to have only one guy, because I mean in the cruise there's no much going on. They pretend, and yeah, one guy is enough.
1370 Jacksonville Center. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm sure it will come soon. Not too quickly though.
Can you accept the Jafar?
Oh, you Gatwick in sight. Beautiful, John. Cool.
I can accept Jafar 1 from Cody.
Yeah, the airspace around LAX is complex.
Roger, proceed direct Cody, join the Jafar 1 arrival.
All the VFR traffic, there's a few airports around.
Direct Cody, join the Jafar.
I don't know how they do it, it's quite complex.
And you can descend via the Jafar 1, Orlando landing south. Orlando altimeter is 3000.
Oh, he's in charge of Orlando.
Orlando landing south, altimeter 300.
Oh, it's just on his airspace limit actually. If we look at Volanta, you see the blue area there, and that's the area for Jacksonville. And Orlando.
Runway.
Orlando International is just sitting on the limit, so
2705, runway 25 clear.
He sounds like he's looking after Orlando.
Frontier 828, runway 21, line up and wait.
And across from Orlando is Tampa.
American 830, stay altitude pass.
We'll get to Tampa as well at some point.
1.2 for 3.
American 830 radar contact, climb, maintain flight level 240.
I hope it's not going to get too boring for you, for me to always fly in the US. But I'll try, as I said, like whenever I've got the opportunity to do other flights, obviously I'll go away from the US and do other flights.
Romeo, radar contact over
It's not going to be
Elmore.
US only for the next however many weeks.
Jacksonville Center, Brickyard 4159, 3000, runway heading around over.
No need for the belts actually. Yeah, it was good. The gap was there, and then when you saw like when the weather radar like updated, then the gap actually opened even more. So. Runway 8 right in Gatwick, yeah. So 26 left or 8 right in Gatwick. The northerly, well, the north runway, the one closer to the terminal. That one is never really used.
250 requesting higher. How high? If you can give me all the way to cruise, that'd be great. Fly maintain level 360. I think I gave it to you. I didn't. Guess it must have got lost. I only got on course, no climb. Yep, climb maintain 360. Sorry. Climb maintain 360.
This is quite typical, actually, of the RT or the radio, you know, in the US, kind of quite relaxed, you know. Oh, you gave it to us. Oh, no, did I? Oh, you got lost. Oh. It's quite cool. It's just a shame about Miami. Why did you go away, people? What time is it in Miami now? It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If it was midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning, I would understand, but it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They should be on.
Nope, I didn't make a phone call to you at all.
Oh, he's talking about making phone calls now. I've had that conversation while controlling Nice on VATSIM, and people flying over the famous Cap d'Antibes, where you're supposed to avoid, you know, by doing this visual approach, but some people cannot do it, so they fly on top of the wealthy area there. And I said to them on VATSIMO, I'll send you the bill, you know, you have to get in touch with the authorities, and we'll send you the bill for the noise over the, you know, the wealthy area there. They don't want aircraft to fly on top of them. Oh, Leonel Nevis, it's very difficult in China. Oh, climb 2,000 meters.
Wind is 240 at 9.
And climb 12,000 meters.
Heading runway 21, clear for takeoff.
Then they speak Chinese on the frequency as well.
Runway 21, exactly.
Uba uba, yo yo, yo yo, uba uba. The other day we were
Sorry
like,
for delay, I just had to clear some traffic.
actually through China, like quite recently. We were laughing on the radio with a colleague. They were going like uba uba, yo yo, yo yo, uba uba, yo yo, yo yo, uba uba. What are those idiots about? Uba uba, uba uba. Yeah.
In all aircraft on frequency, just to give everyone a heads up, I live in Massachusetts. We have a hurricane running through right now, so if I disconnect because I've lost power.
Mayday, mayday. He's got like a hurricane in Massachusetts. Jesus. Ah. Good luck. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
It's got a hurricane in Massachusetts. Good. What is it like?
November 13 Golf Alpha, welcome to Orlando Executive. Turn right off the runway when able. Taxi to the gate via Alpha Echo. Have a great one.
Great ATC. Did a good job. You've been busy. Good luck on the storm.
Fun day on VATSIM. Gotta love it.
Oh, we love it. You're there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Gusting in Boston, a bit misty. So that might be the kind of tail or whatever of the hurricane. Yeah.
American 212. You on frequency?
212 on frequency.
Yeah, true.
Roger.
If there was a hurricane about to hit, then I would, yeah, I would kind of keep an eye on what's going on outside and stuff, and wouldn't be on VATSIM. Yeah, true. That's.
Oh, there it goes. Now it's fixed. I don't know what's going. VATSIM's having fun again.
I just reset mode, Charlie.
China, for Leonel, China is the most complicated airspace in the world. It's very awkward. First of all, you have to fly in meters, which is a pain in the backside. And then, you know, you've got ATC in English, but with a very strong accent, so sometimes it's not very clear. They speak Chinese as well on the frequency, as I said. And the airspace is very convoluted, you know, you kind of turn left, right. The airways are not like straight, you know, they've got so many military and restricted areas that you kind of fly. You know, it's like a slalom, you know. So, personally, I'm not a big fan of flying into or like over China, you know. It's okay to do it, but I would rather like avoid.
Southwest
To be fair.
1375, you are cleared to the Kansas City Airport via radar vectors Cougar, then as filed, maintain. 3000, expect flight level 400, 10 minutes of departures with me, squawk 1044.
Right. We're not going to be too far.
Squawk 1044.
Southwest
Progress
3075,
page
read back, correct,
2013.
taxi,
Yeah, about 45 minutes.
6 for departure.
Cool.
East Florida Beach's altimeter is 2996. And Southwest 1377, radar contact over coaster, good afternoon. Descend and maintain 9000, you can expect the...
I'm puzzled by... I know it doesn't matter, there was something funny with... oh, more weather now. Oh, really?
3000.
Huh.
Descend and maintain 9000, expect to run visual approach runway 17 left, Southwest 13.
Oh, we are a little bit over the water now. West of Florida there, over the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, that's the Gulf of Mexico. Oh. I mean, it's water and P3D, but yeah, we're flying over on the west coast of Florida there, to the Gulf of Mexico.
Good afternoon, squawk ident.
Leonel, no, on the 777 we'll do all sorts of flights, like shorter flights, longer flights, we do everything. That's why I'm quite happy to fly short flights on VATSIM as well, or on the simulator here, because that's something that we would do as well in the aircraft. So.
Yet. It's variable at 3, so I would assume south, or variable at 4, so I would assume a south ops. Charlotte altimeter.
On the 777 freighter, yeah, it depends. On the 777 freighter, it tends to be a little bit longer, at least like 4 or 5 hour flights minimum. But if there's a need to do a shorter flight, then it would depends on the pairings, you know, because there's on the cargo side of things, there's a lot of like positioning flights. So if one aircraft needs to, you know, go empty from A to B and the places are close enough to each other, then yeah, you will do like a short flight like this. So, yeah.
1 arrival, runway 26 transition. Jacksonville altimeter is 296.
And a lot of flights on the freighter, as I said, which are empty, totally empty, with nothing on them. So that's very interesting, because the aircraft is like way overpowered, and then you can climb to 41,000 feet or even like 43,000 feet at the very end of flights, of empty flights. Oh, magnificent, Charles. Landed very nice in Gatwick. Cool. Yeah, there's more weather ahead.
Southwest 895, you're leaving my airspace to the south. Miami is offline. Radar services have terminated. Frequency change approved. Morning, come with the have a safe flight.
Thank you very much. Frequency change approved. Southwest 895. Good luck. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Thank you. Jacksonville Center, good afternoon. JetBlue 321, flight level 350, direct Woolsey.
Actually, Volanta shows I'm still in his bed.
Center, good afternoon. Squawk, I did.
But not for too long.
Squawk, I did. JetBlue 321.
All right. Cool.
Hey, Jacksonville, American 2496, short of Bravo 6, with Bravo rated taxi.
American 2496, runway 18 left, taxi via Bravo 6, Charlie Bravo 1.
Bravo 6, Charlie Bravo 1.
Yeah, that's flashing. I mean,
runway 18 left.
We might need to avoid a little bit. But wait. Into Lisbon, yes, I've flown into Lisbon before, yeah. Hey, Stevie, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you. Lisbon is an interesting place because the runway is there's a bit of a hump. It's not like totally flat because of the location of the airport.
Bravo, Jacksonville Center, squawk normal, and then
the runway is a little bit.
1061.
Right, we're gonna have to avoid that weather there because it's gonna be in the descent maybe as well. Let's see. We'll wait for the weather radar to update again.
Go ahead.
For Stevie on
yes, I'm going to southbound Dakota.
Oh, thank you, Roger Digger. I was going to send the message. And when I say when I talk about Lisbon as well, it doesn't mean like on the current aircraft type. It can be on another aircraft type as well. It doesn't mean like it was like yesterday. So. Oh yeah, on runway 03 is very nice indeed, Leonel. Yeah. As you fly over the bridge. It's a bit like the Golden Gate in San Francisco. It's some sort of like red bridge, isn't it? If I remember correctly.
JetBlue 321 radar contact over Elmo. Good afternoon.
Ooh, the Bahamas is on.
Afternoon, JetBlue 321.
Right, let me check.
Southwest 1377 to maintain 3000.
Actually,
3000 Southwest 1377.
I should go back to Unicom. Yeah, this weather is it's not very it's not painting like neatly, you know. Hey, subsonic flight, good to see you back. I hope everything's okay. Right, so yeah, I wanted to look at the arrival. So the flight plan, the arrival was supposed to be the Scott 5 arrival. Yeah, Julie. So we'll go departure arrival. We'll go for ILS 09. That's the best runway for.
Negative, Captain. This is non-negotiable. Change course
Southwest.
immediately, or I will be forced
Mr.
to blow
Jingly,
you
thank
out
you
of the
very much.
sky.
Or Jingle, Mr.
Sound the
Jingle.
wheel.
Thank you very much for
Sound
the
the
follow.
wheel right now, Captain.
Welcome to the channel. I hope to see you from time to time. Scotty, where's Scotty? Scott, not Scotty, Scott. Scott 5 via Julie and execute. Da -da 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 -da. The weather is, yeah. You have to wait in the aircraft. Sometimes it's like this as well. You have to wait for the radar to update. Yeah, yeah. Not gonna start launching into big deviations. Oh man. Anyway, let me find on the side here the charts for Miami. KMIA, here we are. Rotate the view counterclockwise. And the star, the Scott 5. I like all those names. Ah. I've got to rotate the chart again. Complicated, eh, with those PDFs. Here we are. Cool. So the Scott 5 RNAV United States Miami International, effective on the 15th of July. For what it's worth. Not that we kind of cross-check the date. But anyway. So we start the arrival at Julie, as we said. Then we go to Barry. So we go and visit Julie first, then we go and see Barry, and then we go to Cyprus VOR, Charlie Yankee Yankee, yeah. Then to Deeds, and then to Scott. Expect 10,000, 250 knots when landing east. So that's good. And after that, so actually at Scott I'll have to change that, you see. That's good to look at the chart. So we'll set 250 and 10,000 at Scott. Like so. Enable 250 at Scott. ¿Por qué no? I really don't see the issue there. Why does it tell me enable 250 at Scott? The descent speed is 279. Hold on, maybe we'll make this one 250. Maybe that's because it's 240. Yeah, maybe that's why. Because 250 was, or instead, I mean, we had 240 below 10,000 feet, so I couldn't do 250 at 10,000 feet, so yeah. So just by making 250 below 10,000 feet, then now it's not giving us the error message. Good. We can get to Orlando and get P3D version 6. Wow! Is there such a version now, yeah? Version 6. Good God. So after Scott we go to Rubo, yeah, and then to Wallip, and then it's vector. Really? Wallip and then vectors. Yeah, mind you, yeah. So that's good for the moment. That's correct. And then the ILS. Da 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 da. Oh, this take a long time. ILS 9. To rotate the view again. Read mode. That's it. Oh, what's happened there? Oh, really? Those PDF documents are like complicated. That's it. Good. Gonna get there. Oh, prediction. Hey, OKX, good evening, sir. So, so we said from Wallip, then we go to Grit. So I'll link Grit with Wallip there. So we got ILS 09-110.9 India Bravo Uniform Lima. Yeah, 3,000 feet at Grit, which is in here, and then via Ines, and then all the way to the runway. Yeah, that's correct. That's why we have NDFMC. And then for missed approach, direct to Victor Kilo Zulu, climbing 3,000 feet is in as well. So the FMC looks correct. That's good to know. Now we're gonna set our nav radio, so the ILS frequency 110.9, and we'll set the inbound course as well in the courses there and the MCP as per the ILS. So 092 on the courses. Fantastic. And on this side, so on the 737, it's kind of you know, necessary to set the courses like this. On the 777, there's no such course function, but on the 737 there is, and you need to manually tune the frequency as well. So look at the chart. As you know, I'm not telling you anything new. 110.9, so at 110.9 on each side. 110.9, and then during the approach we'll check that we've got the identification in India Bravo Uniform Lima, because sometimes there can be two ILSs on the same frequency, so depending on the location of the aircraft, they will obviously tune onto like one of the two ILSs, but then you need to make sure that you've got the correct ident. But anyway, in any case, you need to double check the ident is correct. And then the minima for category C, which is us, is 210. The other day, there was a bit of, on the flight to Las Vegas, there was a bit of a funky event, so to speak. Because when I said the minima, actually, I don't know if you remember the landing, you can kind of go and check on the YouTube channel, for example. But the minima, that's normally about 200 feet above the runway. And the simulator there, the minima was basically in the flare at 50 feet. So that depends on the elevation of the airport and then, you know, the elevation of the runway. So to use the minima from the actual chart sometimes is a little bit tricky, you know, because that's obviously good for like real world flying, but for the simulator, because the airports are flat, sometimes, you know, the elevations are not entirely correct. So the other day we had the minima, you know, in Las Vegas, basically in the flare at 50 feet. Anyway, that's just like a little detail. So 210 we set for the minima. Of not too long to go. Good. What else do I want to check? 8 this. 1309 gusting 17, 7 statute miles, scattered at 33, scattered at 250, 33 degrees, and 3001. Start preset 3001. Runway 9, yeah, runway 9 is good. Cool, so runway 9 is gonna be good, and then once we land on runway 9, which is here, then we go across to, I think it's Gulf 15 here. That's the southwest stand here, Gulf 15. So vacate runway 09, let's say at Tango 5 or uniform. Tango, cross runway 12, and then go to Gulf 15. Otherwise via Sierra and then Gulf 15. So it's a short taxi in, which is good. Cool. Oh, more weather again. And then we'll check our VRF. So we got 2.5 predicted on landing. We had a zero fuel weight of 62, so that's going to give us a landing weight of 64.5. So we'll enter the approach ref page here, 64.5, and we'll go flap 30 plus 5. And since we go all the way to the end, then it's a long runway, huh? Yeah, almost 4,000 meters. So we can just go auto brakes 2, that would be more than enough. So like always, a bit like on the 777, I mean, now I'm kind of using the, you know, what I know from the 777. On the 737 at the time, it was maybe not following the same flows, but the way I will kind of double check that everything is set is to have, you know, the VRF here on the left lower corner there of the PFD, the minimums, QNH preset, and we've got the auto brake setting up here, not down here like on the 777. The FMC set as well. So yeah, all good. And a decent checklist. Pressurization says land altitude as per the airport, so sea level it was 0, and altitude is still set to 0 like we did earlier on. Recall, make sure there's nothing going on with the aircraft is checked. Auto brake is 2. Landing data, the VRF and the minimums are set, and the approach briefing, well, that's completed as well. Following the Scott 5 arrival, and then ILS runway 09 down to 210, inbound 092. We've got the ILS frequency set 110.9, and the ident we should get from the ILS is Ibul. Yeah, Ibul, India Bravo Uniform Lima. The seatbelt sign at the moment is auto. Let's look outside. Yeah, we're gonna have to punch through some of that weather. We'll see what the update is like. And now we get FMC message, reset MCP altitude, so we can set 10,000 feet actually. That's the only restriction on the arrival. 10,000. And then at the top of descent point, then it should start the descent automatically. Huh? On the 777 the other day, on that flight to Pittsburgh, the weather radar was a little bit different. I find on this today is a little bit patchy and kind of too It's a little bit too much, maybe. Let's see how it goes. I'm sick of this weather. God. Yeah, Bahamas. Oof. There's 3 controllers in the Bahamas. Wrong destination, huh, today? Should have gone to the Bahamas. Yeah, it's the time of year, kind of down south like this. You get all the storms. There are like a few gaps. Maybe a little bit to the right. Let's go to the right a little bit. Because here looks a little bit. There we go, heading select. Maybe a tiny bit to the right now. And seatbelt sign. Okay, come on now, just in case. I'm kind of playing the game as well, because here it's red within 30 miles. It might actually dissipate. So he says. Really? Do I have to put up with that? Yeah, maybe we'll do a little dog leg. Another dog leg, you know. We like dog legs. Now we're gonna get a little bit in the soup here. We avoided this one. That will definitely be bumpy, even if it doesn't show on the weather radar. I will kind of go like, you go through it and go like boom, 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 boom. And then just like, you know, leave the cloud, but it will definitely be a little bit bumpy. There'll be a gap here. That's okay, we'll just do a doggy leg. Talking about the doggy, you said Rotterdam, you went with the doggy in the warm weather for a little walk. That was nice. Oh, oh, oh! A bit of turbulence there. Oh, check that out. Check the speed. Oh. We are in the clear at the moment. Hydrate, good idea. Before the storm kicks in.
Negative, Captain. This is non-negotiable. Change course immediately, or I will be forced to blow you out of the sky.
Tell the wheel. Tell the wheel right now, Captain.
Welcome to arrival into Miami. Nice. Yeah. It's definitely a gap. Oh yeah, yeah, come on, let's take my time. god. Actually, it got a little bit bumpy when we were like in the clear, so. Say 1 FPS or something. Right, so since we are in the clear, actually, back to Charlie Yankee Yankee, execute that and engage airnav again. I get a little bit bumpy, but at the same time, you know, as long as it's not this red here, you can see on the side, there's a little bit of yellow, or the yellow you have to be careful a little bit, but it's like yellow or green, I mean, you have to. Microphone, oh yeah, like this maybe. Yeah, they don't reset it. Thank you, Rotadiga. Cool. Yeah, with the drink there, then too. That's better like that. Want to be too loud either, but yeah. Oh, it's opening up. Oof. Oh. That's a few bumps. Yeah, there's been a few kind of rough encounters. I wouldn't say severe turbulence, but quite a few rough encounters I've had. It's not like a favorite pastime of mine, if you see what I mean. I'm not too keen on getting into turbulence, to be fair, but yeah. But touch wood, I've not had like a severe turbulence encounter. I flew with a guy recently who had like one, and he said it was like pretty nasty. He said like he had like a cup of tea on the side, and there was only like maybe like not even like a finger left of tea. It was almost empty, and he saw like the cup like flying, you know, in front of him, and then go on to the other side and stuff. With like negative G's and stuff like that, you know, so it was pretty nasty. You know. And the thing is, then you can get like injured passengers, injured crew. Above all, when you don't expect it, you know, sometimes it's in the clear, totally out of nowhere. And these are like quite sneaky, so you have to be careful all the time, I guess. Right, so we're now past the transition, so we'll set 3001, and 3001 is here as well. Use a little bit of speed brakes. Come back on the speed. One thing I want to test is the buttons. This is to disconnect the autopilot. Okay. Go. And the auto throttle, is it? Oh yeah, that's the one. Okay. Okay. Because at the end I need to, since I don't fly this one very often, I needed to remember like the buttons on the joystick, otherwise I might go around instead of disconnecting the auto throttle. Oh, you were over the Indian Ocean and had turbulence around 5,000 feet per minute. Wow, took us by surprise, but fortunately we don't have passengers to worry about. Yeah. Oh wow. I mean the Indian Ocean is can be. I mean you have a lot of different weather systems and stuff. It can be nasty. Yeah. Have a little look outside, or we go below 10,000 feet. Everglades of Florida. Are you doing, without being indiscreet, Martinez, are you doing military transport? You were saying you were in the military. Do you do troop transport and stuff like that? Right, back in the flight deck now, and I guess we'll set 3,000 feet now. Since we are in VNAV, it's gonna reduce the speed and cross Scott at 10,000 feet anyway. So far, so good. We've got plenty of fuel. 2.7 at the moment. So good. The quantities are obviously much smaller on this one, but 2.7 is a lot for 737 at this stage. Is still good. On a 777, 2.7 tons is already like a Mayday fuel, and you know you'll be definitely below your last 30 minutes, the final reserve. That would be like it will become a little bit tense. But on this one is okay. You still have probably how long? 0.2 will be about. It's about 40 kilo. Yeah, it's more than 1 hour worth of fuel still. So. Right, so at 10,000 feet, we'll set some of the lights again. Seatbelt sign is on. The pressurization is coming back, but there was no issues. And we'll check the recall again. Cool. And then the approach checklist, we've got 3001 set, and we'll wait for the ILS idents to come on. Got the courses set on this one. Now we've got the ILS frequencies as well. Hopefully the frequency is correct from the scenery as well, because otherwise there won't be an ILS. On the old triple F, 2 tons just to taxi. Imagine, huh? Wow, 2 tons just to taxi. Yeah, kind of like puts things into perspective. The amount of fuel required is insane, huh? Yeah, I think something like a 747 or like a 380 would burn, you know, at least like 10, 11 tons an hour, like things like that. on the F 154. Yeah. On Concorde as well, like these were like mega fuel guzzlers. Miami traffic Southwest 895, long final runway 09. Let's see on Volanta if there's anybody nearby. There's American 987 who seems to be positioning maybe ahead of me on the approach. And there's NTFM there. Who's NTFM? Who's this guy? 3,000 feet. Skyhawk. November Tango Fox Mike. Right, we'll go flight level change now and come back on the speed. And we've got the ILS silent now. India Bravo Uniform Lima, beautiful. Right, once we pass Wallip, we'll be on some sort of base leg, so I'll take flaps 1 and then flaps 5. We want to be on the ILS with flaps 5. Hey, Toftum, you have the FSL. Ha, don't get me started on that one. No, I can't remember what the shortcut is. No, I don't have it. Right, flaps 1, speed checks, flaps 1. Oh yeah, Airbus, that's the one, there's no FSL. Thank you, Rotterdam. And so now we are inbound to the ILS, so I'll arm the approach mode. We go Vorlock armed and glide slope armed. And then we go flaps. Flaps 2, we can go actually on this and set 180 initially. Yeah, we've got the speed brakes. A little bit in the super at the moment. Over the Everglades there. Whew. It's not very nice. Possibly, I'll have to see what it looks like. Yeah, the Phoenix. There seems to be a bit of information on it. Yeah. Why not? Right, let's go flaps 5. Speed checks, flaps 5. Set 170. Miami traffic, Southwest 895, turning final runway 09 at 12 miles. This guy is VFR down there. I think, yeah, here he is. 5 miles, 2,600 feet, so he's playing well. GG. Oh, Martinez, you notice what I'm trying to do, but it's not always easy on this.
Traffic EBS 8 left. Have a good afternoon.
I hope it's gonna work out. I need to continue the descent. Kind of try to place the banana on grit there, but it's kind of yeah, it should work out. Ah, we had yeah, it's okay. We didn't get alt hold or whatever the mode is. Now we go Vorlock and glide slope captured. So the mist is 3,000 feet, so it's already set, so that's good. And then we'll set the runway heading. On the 777, it's automatically done, but here on the 73 you got to do it manually. Yeah, it should be FSL rotor digger, you're correct. I'll have to change that one. Because I have the Aerosoft 319, so I like that one. The Aerosoft 319 is very nice. Miami traffic, Southwest 895, final runway 097 miles. Right, so we'll go gear down. Flaps 15.
Traffic.
Oh no, I don't want to have to go around again, man. How's the traffic? Oh, otherwise it's one of those alerts. Could be. And then we go flaps 30. Come back to final approach speed 152. So 147 plus 5. Yeah, 147 plus 5, 152. So, got the start switches, continuous, speed brake armed, sorry, recall checked, speed brakes, they are armed, landing gear down 3 greens, auto brake 2, flaps 30 green light, and landing lights on, landing checklist complete. So, we'll disconnect the autopilot and we'll disconnect the auto throttle. So now it's purely manual, just with the flight director. Oof, doesn't look very nice in Miami. Good God, what misty looking. Maybe a bit of humidity. Oh, shouldn't need all that thrust. Good God. Normally the outcome of the landing with this one in the simulator is about 250 feet per minute. So.
Wind shear.
Ah, no, no.
Wind shear.
I won't get caught out this time.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Reversers. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, maybe no landing rate. Ah, not bad today actually. Oh. $60 knots. And then we'll go on the next one. Where's the EFB? Here it is. Oops. I'm not looking where I'm going. So, subsonic! Hey, amazing! Congratulations! Right, so Tango 5, yeah, we'll come out here. We had mosquito strike in the corner up here. That was not there earlier on. Miami traffic, runway 09 vacated for southwest 895 and crossing runway 1230 at Tango. Oops. Jeez, I'm looking on the screen there, I'm going left and right.
Love is in the air, everywhere I look around.
Hey, Rotadiga, thank you very much for the subscription gift to Subsonic. Thank you, sir. You're very kind. Very, very kind indeed. Right, so where am I supposed to go now? Gulf 15. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to do a left turn here. Cool.
Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet your captain. Captain, over.
Hey.
Gentlemen, welcome aboard.
Yep, late gamer.
Captain,
thank you very much for the follow.
Mr. Unger, and your first officer, Mr. Dunn. Unger, over.
Start the APU.
Over. Done.
And come here. Gulf 15, yeah. Cool. Yeah, this was not maybe the best taxi route, but hey, it doesn't matter. Rotadiga gifted 51 subs. That is amazing, sir. You are way too kind. Auto brake. And we don't need the strobes anymore, so we'll just make it steady on the navigation lights. Right, so it should be in this apron, I think we're going to. Yeah. Oh yeah, here it is. Cool. Where's the guidance system? Oh, here it is. So this will be, I think these are the southwest gates in Miami. Gulf 15, Gulf 11 and Gulf 9, I think. So very realistic this evening. Or this afternoon going into Miami. Cool. I love that. It's nice. I like is the guidance system recognizes the aircraft type, or at least is programmed for the aircraft type. It's not so much that the guidance system will recognize the aircraft type, it's more that it's programmed to guide the aircraft type. Left, left, right, doesn't know where it wants me to go. Right, stop. That will do. There's no Lambada or Macarena here with the guidance system. The parking brake set, and we've got we put the APU on the bus. So now we can shut down the engines. That's it. Welcome to Miami. So we'll go on the overhead panel, switch off the fuel pumps, Switch off the window heat, the probe heat, the electric hydraulic pumps. Since we've got the APU running, we can now switch the APU bleed on and also open the isolation valve. The anti-collision light can come off. These ones I should have turned off already. And transponder off and 2000. I think that's pretty much it. Flight actor, maybe we can switch off. Blank the minima. That's pretty much it. 1 hour 31 from takeoff time, so not bad. Cool. I like that, GG Martinez. GG. Like always, you know that I've been living under a rock for a long time, and my kids the other day said like, GG, good game. I was like, ting, you know, like the bulb lighting up. But is that what it means, good game? Because I'd heard this thing GG for a long time, but I didn't really know what it meant. And then they came to me and said, oh yeah, it's good game. GG. There you go. Live and learn, huh? Cool. Subsonic, as the 737 cockpit, this bluish tint, or is it an artistic choice for simmers? I'm not sure. I've not really changed anything here. Or do you mean the actual aircraft? Because the actual aircraft is a kind of grey. It's a kind of grey color actually in the flight deck, if I vaguely remember. Yeah, in X-Plane it's a neutral grey, and I would say in the aircraft it's a neutral grey, but there'll be maybe a tiny tinge of blue, but no, mostly grey though. Mostly grey, yeah. Hey Martinez, no worries. Thank you very much for popping in today. I'll see you soon. Thank you again. Thank you. Cool, so yeah, here we are in Miami. We released the passengers and open the doors. First of all, bring the bridge. Request the boarding via the L1 door. Oh, they are already in position on the ground. You have to wait for the bridge to be in place before opening the door. That will be the way to do it. Fantastic. So, the bridge is in place, more or less. We can open the door at the front here and open the cargo doors as well. Once again, welcome to Miami, where the Atlanta Falcons got defeated actually in Miami. So there you go. That was for the little story behind the whole thing. And yeah, next week we'll try to, I don't know, the preseason week 3, what it has in store. I'll try to find something. I've not decided yet, so we'll see. But yeah, here we are in Miami today, and which looks a little bit hazy. Yeah? It's not entirely clear. I think there was maybe a bit of humidity, and so when it's getting a little bit too humid, then the visibility drops like this. Let's see, actually. Yeah, 7 statute miles, so that's the way they tried to simulate it, you know, with kind of hazy-looking simulator. Oh, 8315 E-tops. Oh, is ETOPS approved? Amazing. That's it. We'll disembark our passengers. Then there'll probably be a return flight at some point. Volanta has registered the flight. They are the 40th person to arrive there today. Magnificent. Review the flight. 1 hour 43 block time, 1 hour 24. Landing rate, the date, distance, fuel burn. Beautiful, done. I wish we could get rid of that your flights window there because it's kind of in the way of the map. But yeah, here we are. First leg we flew Dallas, Pittsburgh. Second leg Seattle to Las Vegas. Today Atlanta to Miami. We'll see what's in store next. And as I said, obviously I'll try to fly other routes. You know, if I've got the opportunity to come more than once a week. That's that. Fantastic. Yeah, I'll hang around like always for a few minutes. If you have any last minute questions or anything like that, I'll try to be back. Maybe not tomorrow night because I'll need a good night's sleep. But I'll be back maybe on Wednesday in the afternoon, kind of the usual time. And I'm thinking actually, we'll see what the weather is like. If the weather is not too bad, I'm thinking of maybe trying to fly to Keflavik to Iceland. So we'll see what it's like. But given that the weather sometimes can be a little bit wild up there, it depends. If it's a little bit too nasty, then I won't maybe do it. But if it's decent enough, I'll try to fly into Keflavik. So yeah, that will be the plan. And then around next weekend, since I should be around, we'll do the next leg of the tour. That's that. Yeah, it's a lovely aircraft, 737. It's amazing. What we can do as well, save a little bit the planet, is connect the ground power. So go back to FS actions, ground services, and set the chokes, and then request the ground power, which I think is done automatically. But then since it's hot in Miami, then as soon as you switch off the APU and the air conditioning provided by the APU, then the aircraft will get quite hot. So then you can also connect, so the ground power is connected and the APU can come off, and then you can connect ground air conditioning. I think, yeah, they've got air conditioning unit, so we can request it. Oh yeah, you got the PMDG truck coming. Fantastic. Let me try. So Volanta. So on Volanta, you think, Ralba, you click on the flight window there. Click on your flight and the window should disappear. It opens that window there. It kind of seems to be stuck. Your flights. No, I don't know. I don't know. I can't work out. And it's not vital anyway. It's just it's in the way a little bit. But so yeah, they connected the ground air conditioning. So the ground air conditioning comes down under the belly of the aircraft. You see, they connect that big hose there inside of the belly there, and then if it's the same as the 777, then the packs should come off. We were rarely using air conditioning on the 737 before, so I can't really remember. Maybe it can definitely come off. At least you keep the temperature in check in the cabin. That's that. So yeah, I'll keep you posted for today's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, I'll keep you posted for Wednesday daytime. But if I do come online to do the stream, then that's what we'll do. We'll fly into Keflavik, I think. See what it's like. Keflavik, which is like one of the main ETOPS alternates over the North Atlantic, of course, along with you know, the Azores, for example. As I explained in the ETOPS tutorial, you know, on the YouTube channel, like in Greenland, it's not really considered as a suitable place to divert to if you need to, because you're on fire and there's an airport like you know, nearby. Then of course you would go there, but in kind of normal ETOPS diversions, you wouldn't really go to Greenland. So Keflavik is one of the main places. So we'll go and see what it's like. I've never been. Not that I want to go to Keflavik, so on a transatlantic flight. So yeah, we'll see. We'll go and see what it's like in the sim. Oh, on your version, it floats to the left and shows the whole flight route. Yeah, no, for some reason this thing is... I don't know, unless because the window is reduced. I mean, once you open the Volanta and like in full screen, actually, I mean, you can't complain too much, because with the fully open window, then it's alright. It's just because like when I stream like this, I use it in a reduced window, so things look a little bit cramped, but it's alright. Now, of course, once you get rid of your flights and you just have the map mode, then of course, then it's all in one window for the whole map. Oh, it's a shame Atlanta Center has opened. Our friend in Jacksonville has disconnected with the hurricane. Yeah, it's a decent amount of traffic in the US, and good coverage as well. Ooh, Edmonton FSS, the flight service station. Wow. And these guys, Anchorage as well. Check that out. Salt Lake City, Auckland, LAX, Houston as well there. Atlanta, New York Oceanic. Oh, check this out. New York Oceanic there. Wow. Boston. Oh well, if this guy is in Massachusetts, I mean, he's not disturbed by the hurricane. And we've got Toronto as well. Quite a few approaches. Boston, LaGuardia. Oh, beautiful. Anyway, the only thing is that, of course, with the time difference, it's getting a little bit late. Good night, Subsonic. We'll see you soon. Thank you very much. It was good to have you back today. So we'll see you soon. Thank you. Take care. Have a good week ahead. Yeah, that's gonna be me as well for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the flight. We'll just you know, continue this little tour for a while, see how it goes. And the 737 today it's amazing. Works really nicely. It would be nice to fly 737 in real again, but I can't do everything. No, it was a good flight. Enjoyed it. It was nice to have Jacksonville there. So that was fantastic. Enjoyed that. Rotodiga, thank you again for the gift to Subsonic. It was amazing. You're very kind. So thank you very much. And yeah, I'll keep thinking about, you know, your offer. Negotiate the offer. It's I'm like thinking about it, you know. When I was away, I looked at the Aerosoft page, you know, the link you sent me, and like the description of the MCP panel, and yeah, it's amazing. I was really like really humbled, and you know, so I'll let you know. I feel a little bit, you know, it's too much, you know, but it's so kindly offered anyway. Yeah. But yeah, guys, have a good week ahead, and enjoy the simulators. Please feel free to it was quite good over the last couple of days. You know, feel free to post on the Discord server in particular if you have any questions, anything you're unsure, anything you would like clarified, or any other like stuff. Feel free to you know, to post in the Discord server. You know, the more the merrier, and I'll try to put these flights pretty much, of course, unedited, but I'll try to put these flights as well on the YouTube channel. So if you want to catch up, look at the takeoff or the landing, or if there's any part of the stream you like to catch up with again, then you can do so. And yeah, until next time, have a good evening or good afternoon. I suppose not nights, or at least, yeah, sleep for, because it's already late for maybe some of you, so they're probably in bed already. But anyway, thank you guys. Have a good week ahead, and we'll see you next time, possibly on Wednesday. As I said, I'll keep you advised. But for the meantime, take care, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.